Hello and welcome back to Sheltered Sages, the podcast where two formerly sheltered homeschoolers talk about the complexities of life, one Reddit story at a time. My name is Philip.
And my name is Andrew. And see, you didn't mess it up. You're still fine. That was great.
I paused for a little bit because I got to the sheltered part of it, formerly sheltered, and I was like, oh no, I can't say the wrong word. So if you've ever... try this at home. If you're by yourself, if you're with someone else, let them know what you're doing first before you do it. Otherwise, they're going to be like, what's wrong with you? Like, you your headphones and you're just saying words. But like, try saying the intro. Just go back over, say it out loud. It gets tricky in that middle section where you're like, formerly sheltered homeschoolers. Because if you flip it and you go formerly homeschooled sheltered, it makes no sense
whatsoever. Yeah. Well, I mean, that was that was the only comment that one of my family members made when I told them the name of the podcast. Is like, that's a tongue twister, Sheltered Sages. And I'm like, yeah, but it also rolls off the tongue. Ooh. Once you get it, Sheltered Sages. Yeah, rolls nicely off the tongue. So
welcome back. If you haven't been on this podcast before, welcome. This is a podcast where we talk about those crazy things on Reddit, but today we're going to do a little bit differently than we're used to.
Very excited for this.
But if you've already listened to this podcast before, welcome back, guys. We're trying new stuff on this podcast. Honestly, we're trying games, we're trying stories, we're trying crazy things. If you want to go back to another normally scheduled podcast episode that we have before, go back to the previous one. We've got an episode about what was it?
School cafeteria lunches.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just fun.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be a fun episode or not. I was like, it was going into, I'm like, how can we make this fun? And then we started talking. I'm like, okay, this is how we make it fun. Yeah. So if you haven't listened to that episode, you should go back and listen to that episode. It's super fun.
Really do.
But yeah. So do you want me to explain like the idea for the episode today?
Yeah, we're going to do something a little bit different. Andrew, could you explain what the game we're playing today?
Absolutely. So this was actually inspired by my wife. She was talking a little bit about it and some of the different things that we could do. And she said, you should do a game where you jump to conclusions. And so that's what the name of the game is. We're going to be jumping to conclusions today. So here's the gist. What's going to happen is we're going to take turns. Philip is going to read the title of the story, and then he's going to actually read the what the public has said is what would you say, the
Picklefoot?
Yes, whether or not they're the Picklefoots, whether or not they deserve that rating. So he's going to give us that ahead of time, and then my job for the first one is to try and come up with the scenario that happened that explains why they are or are not the Picklefoot. And so the goal of it is story-wise is that like the title could be misleading. The title could be something, super innocuous, and it's like, oh, they're the Picklefoot. And I have to be like, okay, well, what is going to happen in this story that makes them the Picklefoot?
So I was just thinking while you were saying that, think of it as the most complicated version of a improv group where instead of just one word, give us one word, guys, one word that we're good. No, I'm giving you a full story almost, and you have to give me back with that story.
Yes. So it is going to stretch our creative muscles. It is going to be fun. Feel free to pause at home and try and come up with your own idea of why. And then we're just going to give it a try. We're going to see what.
Yeah, we're going to see how close we can get.
We're going to have fun with it. If we love it, we might do more of these. If we absolutely despise it and we can't come up with anything, we'll never do this again. But this is our second semester. We're not doing the same thing, and at least we're still reading Reddit stories. So if that's what you came for, you're gonna get that.
You're gonna get the Reddit
just
stories
a little
regardless.
bit more of my creative flows and Philip's. See, I feel like I keep my things grounded. I feel like I'm really worried where Philip is gonna go with his thing.
I'm happy you said it.
Slip into time dilation and like sci-fi.
I'm gonna try to stay grounded. Okay, I'll be good. Okay. I promise.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it.
But before we get into it, since we're talking about time dilation, I think we should start the timer by giving them the intro now.
I did love your the Halloween like
I just took the same thing and turned it minor. That was it.
That's the best way to do it though.
It's the same tune. It's same melody so too. Good. It's just you make it minor. I think I only moved one note in it. Yeah,
so good.
Exactly.
Anyways, so are you ready?
I am ready. Wait, do I give you the first one?
You give me the first story, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the title of this first story.
Okay.
It is, Am I the Picklefoot? for the gift I brought with me to meet my boyfriend's family.
Oh no. It's so vague. Okay. Read the title again.
Okay. Am I the Picklefoot?
Okay.
For the gift I brought with me to meet my boyfriend's family.
Okay. What is the official rating by people?
The official rating is not the Picklefoot.
Okay. All right.
Do you want any more information?
No
Okay.
more information than that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. So meeting the boyfriend's family, correct? For the
Yes.
first time. Okay. So visualizing very stereotypical meeting family for the first time. It might be like you're bringing over food, you're bringing over dessert, you're bringing over wine or something of that nature. Something very like traditional.
Very close.
And it's like if that is. You know, if they're not the Picklefoot, then that's the thing is like I'm trying to go on. If they were the Picklefoot in this, they would have brought something that was like way out there. Like I brought a puppy over as a gift for my family for the first time meeting my boyfriend's family. Not a good idea at all.
No.
So I'm thinking it has to be something in the more traditional mindset. And then like it was something about her family or his family that she just didn't know. And like he hadn't shared with her. Okay. So my current theory, and then so this is what I'll say is I'm going to say it's a food allergy.
Ooh.
So I'm going to say that like she made peanut butter cookies or something similar to peanut butter cookies and that she brought peanut butter cookies as like a thank you. Didn't think to tell anyone that they were peanut butter. And then someone like goes to take a bite of them and goes into anaphylactic shock and then like goes into the hospital. And then she's panicking because she's the Picklefoot.
I'm going to pause you right there. They did say she's not the Picklefoot. I would say she's kind of the Picklefoot if she would have done that.
Yeah, if she would have done... Well, I mean, again, if it's one of those things of like, she didn't ask, which you should always ask when you're making something for someone's family you don't know. That's because that's my rule of thumb. But secondarily, maybe a more minor allergy then. So like say...
Okay.
Like...
Pine nuts?
Maybe like a pine nuts, and they made like a pasta that has pine nuts in it, or like a pesto pasta, where it's like in the name.
That's fair.
Or something, and then the person ate it, should have known better than eating it, and then went into shock and was like, "How dare you not know that I'm allergic to this one ingredient in pine nuts?" And then they had to go to the hospital. So. That and then I feel like the public would feel sorry for her because it was like, you know, you didn't know, he should have communicated. Yes, you probably could have done a better job of explaining what was in the thing, but you didn't know, so therefore you're not the Picklefoot. So that's my story.
Okay,
that's my idea of what the story is.
It's very nuanced and very specific towards there. I like the way you went. You were like, okay, she did something that she probably shouldn't have done, but she's not the Picklefoot because she didn't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that.
That being said, if you go to someone's house and you're making food, check for allergies first. It's just a good rule of thumb. But anyways, continue. I'm excited to hear.
All right, you want to hear the actual story?
Yes, let's hear the actual story to hear how far off I was.
Okay, she says, I, 25 female, met my boyfriend's 28 male family at their home tonight for dinner. We've been getting a little serious, and I really like him, so I want to make a good impression. We have our differences as I'm from the countryside and he's from the city, but for the most part, we've made it work. My parents always taught me that you never go to someone's house for the first time empty-handed, and I wasn't about to do that at my first meeting with his family. So I brought a basket of apples from our orchard and a 2.25 kilogram wheel of cheddar from our farm.
That's so nice.
It is so nice, isn't it?
That's like amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear how terrible things go now.
When I turned up with that, they were all clearly surprised, and some jokes were made about never running out of cheese and apples with this, and I laughed it off, saying it seemed rude to turn up empty-handed. I thought nothing more of it and enjoyed my time eating them all until my boyfriend pulled me aside as I was leaving for my car. He told me I'd put his family on the spot with that gift, and I should have just brought a bottle of wine or something if I had to bring something. I was surprised and told him I figured this would get more use than just wine, and he insisted I'd made his family feel pressured to have to use it now. I apologized and told him that it wasn't my intention, and to tell his family that if they wanted to, they could give it away or something with it, but he insists it was the wrong choice. I'm now home and just feeling kind of crummy about this. Every other time I've dated, I've brought gifts like this and it went over greatly. But to be fair, those were always country guys I dated. Is this a difference because he's from the city?
He's from the city.
So the public said, of course, she's not the Picklefoot.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like, it was just a misunderstanding of expectations, but also at the same time, very sweet gift. And I think the boyfriend's potentially blowing it up more, unless the family literally said something. But it could very well just be like a, hey, like, we've never had something like this is a like, we were expecting a bottle of wine and got apples and cheese, but like, let me tell you, as a boy who should not be eating a lot of cheese, I would be so excited to get that much cheese. I'd be like, yes please, always. And like, I'm serious though, like,
no, it's just, you said before, as a boy who should not be eating that much cheese.
Yes. That was intentional.
You just prep it and then moved on from there. No explanation.
I'm most likely lactose intolerant, so I shouldn't be eating that much cheese, but I will, and make it everyone else's problem later.
True. Why?
I don't know. You can cut that if you want to, but anyways.
Okay. I read this story originally and I was like, I feel bad for her because honestly, that's a fantastic gift,
really
right?
Is, though. That's
it's
such
like
a
if I got something of that sort, I'd be like, wow, this is interesting. But I do feel for the family because if I was the family and like I had a son and his new girlfriend brought just like a giant wheel of cheese and a bunch of apples, I'd be like,
how big is this cheese though? Like, I need to understand
how much is 2.25 kilograms of cheese. Yeah.
Because if that's like a wheel of cheese, that's a lot. I acknowledge that.
Let me see if I can find a photo. It's not that big. It looks like it's not like a full wheel. It's just like a block of it.
How much is that in pounds? I can't do conversions from kilograms.
In pounds. That's 4 pounds.
That is a lot.
Hold on. Let me do the full. That's just 2 kilograms.
That's like 5 pounds of cheese.
Yeah, it's a lot of cheese.
That is a lot of cheese. So maybe that would just be my comment to OP, is it's just like, maybe just a little bit less next time. But also, especially in the city, there's like, I think in the country,
yeah, about 5 pounds.
Yeah, I think in the country there's like this mentality of like, we can do things with this. So like apples, I don't know how much of that like they're into jarring, or like apple pie or things like that. Like, you can do all these really cool things with apples. Cheese, same thing. Like, you can make a lot of different stuff with the cheese. But for like people who are in the city, they might not think about that. Obviously, we don't know what country and what city this is.
It's just a city and a country. It's like, it's so funny. She was just saying, he's from the city. And I just imagine like this New York guy. She's going to like the high rises and she like,
they're both from New York, but one's from actual New York, the other one's from New York City. It's
like, and then like I just also imagine like she has like pigtails and like the flannel shirt that's
like
there
because it's fall. She's got like the black beanie on.
And she's got like little pieces of hay on her. She shows up. The family is like, she's very cute, but son, where'd you find her at?
Where'd you find her? No, that's sweet. Again, all right. No Picklefoot here at all.
She's great.
I think he should have, honestly, I think it was a fair conversation for the boyfriend to have after the dinner. Like, deal with it afterwards. Don't like let that be a conversation the next day or the day after.
That's fair.
Like, don't do it on the spot, because that just throws off the mood of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was really where he fumbled. But again, it's a learning opportunity.
I feel like he should have really like explained to her a little bit more about what his family was. So I think it's more on him than on her. She didn't know she was going to do something, and so he should have just been like, here's the expectation. If you really want to bring something, this is what it is. But I think she didn't do it. But comments, would you like those?
If you want to, we don't have to go into comments since we are like spending more time creating the scenario. But of course, if you want to.
One big comment that I really wanted to go is not the Picklefoot. I hate wine, and I would definitely prefer the apples and cheese. However, I feel like if you went a little overboard and should have brought one or the other, your boyfriend is being a bit of a Picklefoot about it. So they're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't. They said also, you would be my BFF if you brought me 2.25 kilograms of cheese. Yeah. Like forever.
Yeah. I would say even on top of that, just go the extra step, make a charcuterie board. Just make it like a natural fruit and cheese charcuterie board. Bring that if you're going to the city, because these people expect fancy things.
Or look up on Google.
Yes.
Find out, what do city folk like for gifts. It's on there, trust me. And then you'll figure it out next time. The next guy, he'll be better.
Dump this dude. Wow. Hold on. Whoa, we're going to dump.
I mean,
That's a dramatic leap, sir.
Hey, choose whatever you want, but I feel like this is also a red flag for him. Just like a beige flag.
A beige flag. I'll say this is a beige flag. Yeah. For him. I think it could have just been handled a little bit smoother.
That's fair. All right. Let me know what the story I am supposed to be figuring out from you.
All right. Mm-hmm. So, am I the Picklefoot for telling my sister to mop the floor again after she used a lizard spray?
A lizard spray?
A lizard spray. So, am I the Picklefoot for telling my sister to mop the floor again after she used a lizard spray? So, I'm assuming lizard spray is similar to like wasp spray or something like that, where you would spray it to get to scare lizards away or things of that nature. Maybe to kill lizards, which is really sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. That's what I was like thinking. Okay, what was the judgment from Reddit?
That they are the Picklefoot.
They are the
Picklefoot. Yes. Yep.
Okay.
This is where the real challenge comes from.
The real challenge comes from. All right, I'm going to come up with a story. It's going to be completely wrong, but hopefully it's going to have a few of the little pieces in there that connect. All right, we're going to start out. I'm assuming OP is a male.
Yep.
And then it's a sister that he's upset with. So OP, he is living in a home with his younger sister. I'm going to say younger right here. His younger sister is kind of cleaning up the household, doing a bunch of different things. They're going over having some friends for a certain event that might be going on in the household. Older brother doesn't really care. He's just kind of trying to do his normal thing, go through his life, maybe play some video games, maybe play some board games. He doesn't really care. He sees that she's mopping, and then as she's mopping, she sees a lizard. It's a small lizard that's in there. So she's like, oh, scares it off. Then she realizes that there's a whole bunch sitting in the kitchen, hiding underneath like a table. And she's like, oh my goodness. So she freaks out. Older brother's like, they're just like little lizards. Don't worry about it. She doesn't care. She's like, no, I need to get rid of them. So she goes over, rushes to the store, comes back with lizard spray, which apparently is in the stores wherever this is taking place, sprays down the entire floor area where it's at. So lizard spray is a very strong smelling scent, and it fills the entire area. He's just trying to sit and play video games, and now he can't because there's a lizard spray scent in there. So he goes, okay, it's okay you spray lizard spray, just mop the floor again. So she's very upset, and she's like, no, I have to keep it here because it's going to scare away the lizards. He's like, one, lizards don't matter. They're not all that bad at all. And then second, I am trying to just enjoy my life and sit and relax. And this lizard spray is in the house. She starts crying because she's really, really afraid of lizards and is very uncomfortable and feels like he's not caring as much about her feelings. So then he goes over to Reddit and says, am I the Picklefoot for yelling at my sister to mop the floor again after she sprayed lizard spray? And Reddit said, yeah, dude, you are.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. That was good.
Thank you.
That was very rooted in reality. I was expecting like some alien lizard things to pop up and like.
No. I'm trying to stick it to like a reality. It's wrong, but I feel like it might have some connections into it.
I mean, you were correct about older brother, younger sister. So that was really impressive.
Thank you.
Most of the rest of your story you're a little bit off on, but I appreciated the idea and like the story makes sense. I like it.
Okay.
So
what's going on?
I, 24 male, have a selfish and narcissistic sister, Sarah, 18 female. I've written a post about her a few months ago and explained why she's selfish and narcissistic, so I don't think I need to expand on that more. But here's the story. Last Sunday, I cleaned the entire house, all by myself, around 1 a.m. because it's easier to do when everyone else is asleep. I cleaned the ceiling fan in the living room, dusted the shelves and frames, swept the floor, vacuumed the floor, and mopped the floor. I have no trouble doing these because I'm always home since I'm still studying and my older sister is working. So it's fair for me to do the chores, although my older sister helps out as well as laundry and folding the clothes. I fold my own clothes. Why don't our younger sister help out? Like I've said, I've made a post about it, and it's a pretty long story. To cut it short, she's simply just lazy, selfish, and narcissistic. Today, Sarah saw a bug or whatever and used a lizard spray to kill it. Lizard spray is more dense and oily compared to a mosquito spray.
Okay.
Why did she use a lizard spray when we have a mosquito spray? I honestly have no clue. So I told her to mop up the floor since the floor is oily, and I just cleaned the house a few days ago. To me, it's fair since she was the one who caused the mess and I was the one who cleaned the house. But she got defensive, saying, "Why me? Why do I have to mop the floor?" Goes to show how narcissistic she is. Not only that, but she didn't even wipe it properly because the floor was still oily, and the stain got worse because she used a wet tissue that is soapy. Goes to show how selfish she is. I don't know why that has.
It does.
Anyways.
It just does. Yeah.
So then she went to her room without a word. In the end, I had to mop the floor again because she made it worse. I didn't call her out because it's just useless. It's just useless when dealing with someone selfish like that. It's like talking to a wall. If I had called her out, all she will do is get mad, play the victim, and start a fight with me when I'm not interested in it because it was 10 p.m. and also an unnecessary argument since I know I'm not in the wrong. To be honest, I'm writing this just to vent out. But what do you guys think? Am I the Picklefoot in this situation? There is a whole list of edits that continue to...
And they said that he's the Picklefoot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What are these edits? Give me the rest of the
Edit
story.
number 1. If you think I just hate my sister and I'm being too harsh on her, keep in mind the stain on the floor was literally next to the corner of our dining room table, which is dangerous because anyone could have slipped and hit their head on the sharp edge of the table. Imagine losing an eye because of it. The fact that she didn't clean up the floor immediately until I told her to goes to show how selfish she is. She's literally just sat there on her phone when the floor was hazardous. So yeah, she really is selfish. Edit 2. The point of this post is not about her not listening to me or that she used a wet tissue instead of the mop like I told her to. The point here is that she doesn't take responsibility for her own actions. If you made a mess, would you leave it or would you clean it up? Exactly. She didn't clean it up until I told her to. On top of that, she didn't even clean the floor properly, spread the oil even more. Not only that, but she also just immediately went to her room, leaving the floor that she half-heartedly cleaned. Also, like in the first edit, it's dangerous because the floor is slippery. What if one of us slipped and hit the corner of the table? The whole point is about her taking responsibility, not about this mop versus tissue issue that so many are bringing up. Edit 3. So many of you are calling me the Picklefoot. Okay, try putting yourself in my shoes. What would you do if you had just cleaned your house and then someone, either your family or friends, just made a mess? Would you just let it go or would you tell them to take responsibility?
No.
Majority of you would go for the latter, right? Okay, now how would you feel after telling them to clean up their mess, only for them to play the victim and clean it up half-heartedly, causing you to clean it up yourself in the end? Go ahead.
Horrible.
I don't want to cut off your interjections.
Yeah, I'm just backing you up. Keep it.
I appreciate the hype man thing. Would you be delighted or would you be somewhat mad or disappointed? Ask yourself that question and see whether you will behave differently or the same as me. Keep in mind, deep inside, I was mad, but I didn't say anything. Just as written in the post, I didn't call her out or anything. I just cleaned it up, made this post event out, and moved on. Clearly, he's moved on. There's 2 more. There's 2 more edits.
Ask yourself that question.
There's 2 more edits.
Go ahead.
Edit number 4. Sure, maybe I'm the Picklefoot for the way I'm writing this, but that's not the point. The point is about her not taking responsibility. So please make judgments based on the content of the story itself, not exterior stuff like the way I'm writing. Me being emotional. The post is too long, etc. You're the Picklefoot because I had to read.
I mean, honestly, though, if I'm reading a long list of things that she's frustrating me with, I'm like, dude, come on. He used
paragraphs, though, so I ain't going to complain.
Okay. Oh, no. Topi, I'm so sorry. This seems like a get off Reddit for just a little bit. Yeah. You know, maybe just leave this alone. They said you're the Picklefoot. Let it go. Like, I understand. I get it. I would be frustrated too. I have been in similar situations where siblings have done things like this, like specifically this, that I've been very just let it go. All right. Having the entirety of Reddit against you, the internet against you about something does not feel good. So you know what? Just turn it off, turn away, be done with it. But yeah, that's a fun story. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
It's just like the initial situation is not Picklefoot worthy enough. I didn't love how he wrote about his sister. It was very derogatory and defamatory, just like from the get-go. And I cannot pull up his other post because he's completely deleted his account.
That's fair.
So that was frustrating that I couldn't read and get like receipts of what his sister did to be a narcissist and to be selfish and also to be lazy, all of the things. But it was one of those things where I'm like, dude, you have control of the narrative, and the way you're saying the narrative is so bad.
It's making it look
like,
real
dude,
bad.
you're ruining it. Stop.
All right, are you ready for another story from me?
Let's do it.
The title for this one is "Am I the Picklefoot for showing my girlfriend some criticism of Taylor Swift's latest album after she asked for it?"
And the public's response?
The public's response is that he is not the Picklefoot.
Really? I was waiting for a Picklefoot.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because this is the route I was going on. Like, he was going to be rude and they were going to be rude or selfish. Oh, gosh. Okay, so not the Picklefoot.
Nope.
Is this, I just need clarification. Are we talking the Death of the Showgirl album, or are we talking about like one of her older albums?
First of all, it's The Life of a Showgirl.
So sorry. I apologize.
Yes.
Life of a Showgirl.
He's canceled now. I'm sorry. We're going to kick him off the podcast.
All right. Join us next week where it's The Sheltered Sage featuring Philip.
The Swifties canceled. Yes. Yes,
okay,
it is
so
The
Life of a
Showgirl.
Showgirl. Okay, so her newest one that just dropped, though.
Yes.
Okay. I think first and foremost, the reason not the Picklefoot is because there's a lot of people that have had criticisms about this album. So we're going to get into that. I am not, I know this, don't come after me. I know I'm already canceled, but
okay.
I appreciate Taylor Swift's music, but I'm not obsessed. I'm not an obsessed fan. It's not my thing that I listen to pretty frequently. I like, if there's one or two songs from her albums that are really, really popular, I'll give them a shot. I think the last album I fully listened to was Folktale. Was actually the first one.
Folklore.
Sorry, everyone. Folklore. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
hey,
no.
Close, though.
Oh,
close.
no. You were close.
Sorry. Everyone's going to hate me.
Do you want to try that again?
No,
Are you okay?
We'll just keep it.
Are you
It's fine.
sure?
Let them see my ignorance. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm allowed to have my mistakes aired to the public.
Oh, not to the Swifties, though.
Folklore. It's okay. Because I was going to say, I really did enjoy a lot of that album.
Okay.
So I did enjoy a lot of the music. Again, it was just a different vibe for me, but I liked the singer-songwriter direction she was going. All that to be said, when someone... oh gosh, I'm trying to talk about the story and not actually like what happened. So I'm going to assume...
Do you want me to read it again, or are you good?
Yeah, read the title for me again.
Am I the Picklefoot for showing my girlfriend some criticism of Taylor Swift's latest album after she asked for it?
Showing some criticism?
Yes.
Oh, meaning like getting critique, like finding critiques online potentially and like showing.
Potentially, yes.
Okay. So this is a very different. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with that as like the linchpin in this story. So girlfriend has bought this new album that has just been released, super popular. Interestingly enough, I think it was Rolling Stones rated it a perfect album, which was interesting.
I didn't hear that.
One of them did. I can't remember who it was that did it. I might be wrong, but I remember reading that somewhere. But regardless, there was a lot of people that have had criticism. So she listened to it, and being a Taylor Swift fan, she enjoyed the album and she tried to find the things in it she liked. And yeah, maybe not directly criticism, but maybe like she wanted to defend it and couldn't find any criticism herself. And so went to her boyfriend and was like, well, there's nothing wrong with this album, and there is nothing like, she is a perfect artist and can make no mistakes. And he trying to be like respectful and things like that. Well, there's a lot of people that have opinions about it. But you're certainly welcome to, because again, he's not the Picklefoot. So we need to keep that into consideration.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep him as respectful of her opinions. Is it a he? I know I keep saying he. Yes. Okay. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. So he keeps Like, and then it starts an argument where she's like, no, everyone loves this. No one hates this album. What are you talking about? And he's like, well, there's actually been a few reviews and I can pull up those and we can talk about it. And she's like, fine, if you can even find them. And then sorry, I'm making the girlfriend
no, it's okay.
really
Go
sassy.
ahead, continue on.
So he like, it's like, okay, all right, fine. He goes and he finds some reviews from well-documented or well-respected music I don't want to say aficionados, but reviewers or things of that nature. Yeah. And he shows her some of the negative reviews from it. And she just outright is like, no, I don't, these people are liars. These people are wrong. I don't like any of them. I'm done. I'm not doing this. And then she like slams his foot in the door as she walks out.
And he breaks his foot?
And breaks his foot.
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
breaks up. And then she breaks up with him because he doesn't like Taylor Swift.
And so then he goes on Reddit and says, am I the Picklefoot?
Did I make a mistake here? Should I have just... So am I the Picklefoot? It's a sad story.
Well, that is a very sad story. Yes. I feel so bad for him now. Yes.
So let's hear the actual story.
Yeah,
so
let's go into
not
it.
As sad in the real world.
You were pretty close, actually.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
you were pretty close in her behavior, but not necessarily in what was going on. So I'm going to read this for you. My girlfriend is a big Taylor Swift fan. Last weekend, when we were cuddling, I asked her how she liked the latest album. She'd really been waiting for it to drop. She said it was good and asked me how I liked it. I said I hadn't gotten the chance to listen to it, but I just asked because some people were flaming it on X, like Twitter. She asked me about what, and I said I wasn't sure, just that I'd read it when it came across me. She insisted that she wanted to see the posts, so I just showed them to her. She read it, disagreed with a few of them out loud, tried to explain to me why they were wrong, and I just agreed with her. Last night, when we were driving, one of the songs in the latest album came up on her Spotify, and during it, she told me I'd ruined the album and Taylor Swift for her.
Aww.
I thought she was joking, but she was serious. Am I the Picklefoot for having brought up all the criticism I came across to her?
No.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that. I'm glad that they're still in a relationship, but also I do feel bad. It is not your responsibility to keep your partner hidden from the information of the world. That is not.
That's fair.
That's like, obviously, if it's like something really, really sad or tragic and you know it will be upsetting to them, don't shove it in their face. But if it's something important, or if they specifically ask you about it, then be willing and open to share. That's what a good relationship is going to have. They're going to have those moments of disagreement. They're going to have those moments like where they have to delve into difficult topics.
Sure.
Especially things that you're interested in. So it's very important to be able to have those. And he didn't even share an opinion of his own. It was literally just like, I saw some people online said some things about it.
Yeah.
And then you went online. So to the girlfriend, I would say, how deep is your love of Taylor Swift that these few comments that you read online are able to completely shatter
it's like
your
the
opinion
ocean.
of it?
What's your devotion? Again, sorry, that's a song. Continue.
Okay. But no, it's serious though. It's like, if your opinion, and this is something that's I think is actually really, really important for people in general, your opinion of something should take into consideration others' views, but it should be your opinion, and it should not be shifted and changed by popular opinion. Say, for example, if you love a movie, other people might think it's a stupid movie. Other people might think it's garbage and you don't like it. Other people might think all of these things. But if it's something that you love and you're passionate about it, you can say, hey, I understand that a lot of people don't enjoy this, but it's one of my favorite. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm going to keep enjoying that. So that's where I would then counter to the girlfriend. I was like, it's not his fault that you learned that people didn't like this, because I hate to tell you, a lot of people had a lot of criticism on all of her albums.
They did.
It's just that this is the one that's been most vocally backlashed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's it's unfortunate. And like you said, he's not the Picklefoot, specifically because he wasn't trying to be mean in this whole situation. He was really kind of just looking at the situation and realizing that there was a lot of stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
So in like this blank space of them sitting there cuddling, there was a time where he was going to give some input of what was going on.
Did you mean to say blank space?
I absolutely did.
Can't with you. I did love it. That was honestly, of all the Taylor Swift albums, that one is my favorite. Is it 1982? 1983?
I think it's 1989, actually.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I think it's 1989.
That would make sense. But regardless, it's that one. I love that one.
And so in this blank space of just them talking through the situation, he decided to bring up some of the input that people were talking about the life of a showgirl. She kind of got a little bit angry, kind of saw red, and was going against them and being a little bit frustrated about what was happening with like these online situations, this online dialogue, which is okay. Because in the whole folklore of society, people sometimes get a little frustrated about different pop stars talking about various things, especially given Taylor Swift's reputation. Some people don't really like her as much. But her going back against him and saying that she doesn't like the album anymore and kind of throwing it in his face like, look what you made me do, like hate Taylor Swift is a little bit unfair, I would say. You know, like, calm down, breathe a little bit. Because he really does, like, she really does need to come down. So that's just my input into the situation.
Do you have fun with that?
I did have fun.
Did you pre-write this?
No, I'm just going out with it on the fly.
Okay, that's impressive. That's really impressive, because I was expecting this as like a pre-written thing on your iPad.
You can see on my iPad, there's nothing here. It's just my apps. That's it.
Dead. I am dead. That is hilarious. I'm just sitting here being like, he's doing it. He's linking them all. Well, I thought you were just going to do album names, and then you went into song names. I'm like, oh, he's just doing Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That was very well done.
Thank you so much. I got the idea actually from the comments to this story.
Oh, I bet they had some fun with it.
Yeah, I'm just going to read a couple of them there. They said, do you and her have bad blood now?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they said, one thing's for sure, they definitely got problems, and I don't think they can solve them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he made a really deep cut. And they said, the story of them looks a lot like a tragedy now.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Nah, bro. He's the problem. It's him.
That's
and
fun.
then my favorite one out of all of them, he did not save her from the fate of Ophelia.
Is that one from one
that's
of the new
from
ones?
The new one. Yeah, that's from the new one.
I'm sorry. I don't know that one very well.
That's the one. So that's my story. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
You figured it out pretty well.
Kind of close.
You got to
I mean,
it.
it's hard to like fully navigate it. The thing that makes me sad is that it's like there's some fun in ripping apart media, but there's also like an importance of being able to sit there and just like actually appreciate the good things. I think we live in a very negative context in like society and stuff like that. But like, you know, I love shows or like on YouTube. If you ever watch like Cinema Sins, where they just like,
I love
they just tear apart a movie of like all of the things that don't make any sense. And like, it's fun.
It is.
But if you go into a movie with that mindset, you're not going to enjoy yourself.
So on the opposite side, I love when Cinema Sins does the opposite. They go to a movie and like, this is perfect. No flaws.
No flaws.
Or they do the opposite. Instead of giving them like a sin for it, it's like a plus
Wins.
up. Yeah,
it was like
wins. Cinema wins. They're like, this is so fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that too. So having both of them is great.
Yeah. And that's one of the things is like, because I remember, like, I had so much fun with it. But I remember watching Thor Dark World with a bunch of friends. And they all wanted to watch the movie and like actually enjoy it, because some of them, I think everyone had seen it, but it had been a long time. And so me and my friend were sitting there and we were tearing the movie apart. Yeah. Because it's an awful movie.
It's not great.
You can absolutely tear it apart.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, let people enjoy things, especially if it's their first time. let them enjoy it. Don't try and like rip something apart because everyone else hates it.
No.
Or because a lot of other people don't think it's good. It's like, allow yourself to let people enjoy things, and then let yourself enjoy things that might not be good for per se. You know, I think it's like being homeschooled. We're used to like enjoying things that other people might have like, that's silly. Why would you do that? Or that's like foolish, or things of that nature. I'm like, no, it's definitely something fun that we want to be able to do, and you know, be able to share with other people. And so like all the time I play for one of the things Taekwondo, the after school that I teach at, I play VeggieTales silly songs randomly, and these kids don't know silly songs.
Of course
they're fantastic, but obviously like someone could go and be like, these are garbage, and I'm like, I mean, you might not be wrong, but also they're not. And this is so much fun.
They're not garbage. Silly songs of Larry are incredible. Thank you very much. All right, I have a final story for you, Andrew.
Okay, let's do it.
This one is, am I the Picklefoot for yelling at my boyfriend because he woke me up?
Oh, no. Oh, no. What is the public opinion?
Not the Picklefoot.
Oh, no. Oh,
so come up with a reason why she would yell at her boyfriend about waking her up. I mean, I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but let's go. What do you think's going on here? Okay.
So, I don't know if we shared this Reddit story or it was a Reddit story we shared somewhere else. I think it was we shared. Was it? Do we share a story about the one who cooked, like woke her up to cook food at 2:00? We read that story on this, right? Okay. Because I can't remember if we read it or if I had read it somewhere. Here's my idea. So she is been working really, really long hours. She works, I'll say nights or late nights, and he works, you know, normal human hours. So we'll say like, you know, a 9 to 5 while she works late nights, overnights, things like that. Definitely something I feel both you and I can relate to with our wives and their jobs. So he is able to kind of have a more consistent schedule. He's able to have more of a time where he gets things. And in that time period, he has a habit of doing things that are too loud that wake her up, and that she has asked him politely multiple times to stop doing. And so this is one I'm going to say, just because this is what I know the most, gaming. I'll say that he probably games really, really loud. It screams at the top of his head, like when things happen, and it wakes her up. And maybe it's a situation where she works like overnights and super early in the morning, or some random reason, or she has to be up like at 2:00 in the morning and is asleep at like 6 in the afternoon, something crazy like that, where he would have the normal night and she's sleeping. So he's screaming at the top of his lungs, and she is just like, I'm done. And so she slams open the door, stomps downstairs, throws a bucket of water on him because dramatics, and screams at him, hey, I've told you to stop waking me up, and this is like the 3rd time you've done this week. Clearly,
a cold bucket of water or warm?
Lukewarm. Not a monster, but like, you know.
Cool.
And she made sure he put the controller and headset down first, because otherwise she would be the Picklefoot. And then like does the glass of water. We'll say glass of water.
Okay, that's
glass of water. And because like she had to be up in like 3 hours. This is literally right in the middle of sleep where he's doing this. And she comes downstairs, she screams at him. It's like, I told you I need to sleep. You're disrespecting my time. I don't appreciate this. This cannot continue. So you need to turn off the game right now and stop and do something quiet, or we're done.
That's fair.
And then the internet sided with her, because that is awful behavior of the boyfriend.
That's fair. Okay.
Except some people would have criticized her for throwing the glass of water on him, because that could be associated with you know, assault. But also, like, at the same time, if you told someone multiple times to stop, you know.
That's true.
So anyways, that's my story.
Well done.
Thank you. All right, let's see the story.
Sort of, I guess. Let me read this out. My female 39 boyfriend, male 43, gets up at 5:30 a.m. for work.
Oh, okay.
I get up at 7 a.m. for work. So, you know, similar-ish, but he gets up a little earlier. He usually turns on the light and goes about getting ready between the bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen. I usually don't mind him going in and out a couple of times. This morning, he turns on the light, goes in, makes a cup of coffee, and then comes back in and asks me to move to the other side of the bed so he can relax in bed and have his coffee. In a daze, I did. About 2 minutes later, I'm upset. He's got the light on, scrolling on his phone, drinking his coffee, and tapping his foot like an ankle shaking, nervous type thing. I get up and he asks, where am I going? And I say, well, either home to sleep the rest of my 1.5 hours or to make some coffee, I guess. He in turn goes on about how my bad attitude has ruined his day for work.
Oh my God.
As far as I know, usually when one person gets up before the other, they may turn on the light for a minute and get dressed or get their clothes for the day and then turn the light back off and go into another room. It's the polite and thoughtful thing to do. My mom says I'm not the Picklefoot, but that maybe he just wanted to be next to me? Am I the Picklefoot for snapping at my boyfriend for completely waking me up and asking me to move over and keep me awake?
No. Sorry. That's... that guy's... Did they give it ages?
Yes. He is 43.
This is a grown man.
This is
not even like a child. This is a grown man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely not. Honestly, this is a red flag. You should get out of there. No, like, the heck? No, I'm sorry. So, like, as someone who we just talked about has like an odd sleep schedule, there are days that like, because I'm a substitute teacher, I have to get up early in the morning, and sometimes it works out really, really well that me and my wife get up at the same time because where she works, sometimes she gets up early morning, sometimes she stays later, things of that nature. So sometimes it works really well, but if she wakes up before I wake up, we have a very good system of like, we keep the door to the outside closed, we go into the bathroom, we turn on the lights after we've shut the door, things like that. Yeah, there might be a moment or two where like lights are on or in our face or things like that, but we do a really good job of trying to make sure that we don't disturb the other person because they have different sleep schedules and things of that nature. You know, like the first time I was starting to substitute and got up really early when she didn't have to, I had made the mistake of not fully closing the bathroom door. And was like, because I usually listen to a podcast in the morning while I'm getting ready. And so I was playing my podcast, and she's like, as I came out of the bathroom, she was just looking at me with that face of like, you didn't shut the door. And I could hear it, all of it. And I was like, I'm sorry. So needless to say, the next day, I didn't do that. But to intentionally leave the light on, wake up your partner, and be like, hey, scoot over so I can lay down in bed.
It's quite rude.
What? This feels like a relationship test. This feels like a, will you put up with my stupidity so that I see how much I can get away with.
And you couldn't get away with that.
No, apparently. Absolutely. Good for her. Good for her to be like, I'm not doing that.
So my only response to this is basically the top comment that we have here. It says, not the Picklefoot. Sounds like he doesn't want you sleeping over anymore, so he's making mornings unpleasant for you. He knows how horrible it is to wake you up earlier than necessary, and he would have had his coffee on the couch if he cared about your comfort.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be next to you. Yeah. LOL.
Yeah, no.
So it's like, yeah, he was being a Picklefoot.
Yeah, that
big Picklefoot there.
Big Picklefoot behavior. Big Picklefoot. Don't mess with people's sleep. Some people don't sleep well. I get jealous of my wife all the time because she is the person who like, she hits the bed and I kid you not, I will like turn over to put on, because I use a CPAP. So like I turn over to put on my mask and I turn back around and she's literally like doesn't snore, but just like is out. And I'm just like, how dare you? Because it takes me a good like 30-minute cooling down period to like fully go out. It used to take me an hour and a half before I started using a CPAP, but like it takes me about a good 30 minutes to fully unplug and go to sleep. And she's just out. Yeah. So needless to say, super jealous of that. But also it's like, just she knows how hard it is for me to get to sleep, so she does a really good job of trying not to wake me up in the morning. And so it's just having that courtesy to the other person of like, hey, I'm going to be respectful of your time, I'm going to be respectful of what you need.
Respect goes a long way.
It really does. Well, I mean, it speaks volumes about what you think about the other person.
Absolutely. In any situation that you're looking into, it's very important. So this was fun. I enjoyed this. This was
really
good.
Yeah, definitely. I'll save this scathing story that I have for our next episode, because we have some more fun stuff in mind for the next one, and then a grand finale coming up with our geek dive in a couple weeks, which I'm very, very excited about. We're working really, really hard on, so make sure that you stay tuned for the next 2 weeks or the next 2 weeks.
Should be in 2 weeks.
Yeah, our geek dive for 4 episodes. So 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Well, Andrew, if they want to catch what that next special episode is going to be, as well as the future episodes are coming on, where can they find us at?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find us on social media at Facebook and Instagram at Sheltered Sages. You can also subscribe, hitting that little bell next to it to get notified whenever we get new episodes. We've been doing the premiere episodes, so sometimes me and Philip are both online kind of having fun. I usually commandeer the official Sheltered Sages. There was the one time when you were doing the episode where we were both, because I was driving, and I asked you to like step onto the Sheltered Sages, and you agreed with one of the people, and I was like, no, I didn't have time, but I want to be like, I don't agree. I don't want people to assume that I agree with that.
Yes, Andrew also agrees. Don't listen to him.
No, Andrew did not agree in that statement, but we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of just interaction with the group and things of that nature, so feel free to come and watch live. We do every episode on the air at 8 p.m. on Eastern time on Wednesdays nights, so you should come and join. It's a lot of fun. We also, you can watch on Spotify. Make sure that you follow, leave us a 5-star review, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, really anywhere that you get your podcasts. Philip's done a really good job of like podcast distribution and stuff of that nature. You can also send us your own stories at shelteredsages@gmail.com. Still haven't gotten enough to do a listener write-in episode, but maybe that'll change by the time we get to the next one. So
please let us know. I guess the last thing I want to do before we leave here is let me know what gift you would get for your country significant other first meeting of the parents. Is it going to be a large block of cheese? Is it going to be apples? Like, what is it? Maple syrup? Something like that?
That's from Canada. But I would be so down for a thing of maple syrup, like real maple syrup.
Just let me know. Let me know what your gift would be.
Leave it in the comments.
Yes, please.
But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.